So we learned today that U.S. intelligence officials believe they have assessed that Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman approved the operation to capture or kill Jamal Khashoggi. And Jamal Khashoggi is, of course, the US-based journalist who was murdered, brutally murdered and dismembered inside the Saudi consulate in Istanbul in 2018. The report does not directly accuse the Crown Prince of ordering the killing. What it says specifically is we assess that he approved an operation to capture or kill Jamal Khashoggi. It's unclear how significant that distinction is, but I do think it's notable that the conclusion is not that he had ordered it as much as he approved it. It is more significant that the administration is making it public and stating publicly what has been known informally for the last 3 years. So the idea that the Crown Prince was believed to be implicated or responsible in some way for Khashoggi's death is not new. We knew that through sources not long after it happened. So this intelligence assessment is not new, but it's incredibly significant that the Biden administration is making it public. Notably, that's not something that the Trump administration had been willing to do. The US-Saudi relationship is complicated because it is clear that in certain areas, including in counterterrorism, for instance, in the Middle East, that the US sees Saudi Arabia as an ally, as a partner. And in fact, the readout of the conversation that President Biden had with the king in Saudi Arabia made clear that there is a trusted partnership. However, this is going to be a difficult moment in the relationship because the Biden administration is making clear that the blame, the direct attribution, the approval for this operation of a US journalist falls at the feet of the kingdom. And it is the responsibility of the Crown Prince who approved it. It doesn't say he ordered it, but it certainly says he approved it. So the administration has announced some action. So the State Department announced visa restrictions against 76 Saudi nationals who they say have been engaged in harassing or confronting or antagonizing dissidents abroad. And so that's one action. We've been hearing calls, though, from congressional Democrats for stronger action, including sanctions that would affect both the Crown Prince as well as the kingdom itself. I think this issue is going to be really significant because part of the issue here is that Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince, is 35 years old. He's ambitious. He is an important figure in Saudi Arabia. And so when you're looking or thinking about the kingdom of Saudi Arabia, he is part of that regime. And so as long as he's going to be an important member of the government there, and an official there, then I think that that's going to be an uncomfortable reality in the relationship. So the administration has talked about a desire to recalibrate the relationship with Saudi Arabia. This is something that Congress had demanded and made clear in all sorts of congressional questioning of nominees, including the new DNI chief, Avril Haines. We want to see this report. And like I said, this is not something that the Trump administration had been willing to provide. And so the Biden administration was in fact willing to do it. I should note that during a call that President Biden had yesterday with the king in Saudi Arabia, this is apparently not an issue that came up for whatever reason. Our understanding is that they wanted to create a bit of distance, and by that I mean the Biden administration create a bit of distance between the phone call that happened and the report itself, knowing that the report was obviously going to make the accusation and the finding of responsibility that it did. I do think that the call spoke to the complexity of the relationship, though, because the reality is the relationship between the US government and the Saudi kingdom does extend beyond this incident, this tragic episode. And I think Biden was attempting to acknowledge to Saudi Arabia that there's more is more to the relationship and more to the path forward than this particular murder.